Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's so much of a specific topic, but I emailed in the or texted in the group about struggles that you guys are having, and kind of, pretty much not surprised at the answers. And the reason I asked is because these past few weeks, maybe the whole last month, I mean, has been a struggle for me, and it's just mostly because of just work got insane. And I kind of got used to, working in a closed hotel where I had all this free time. It's before that, I never had any free time. And, I had my long commute. I think most of you guys know. I mean, I could be in traffic for 2, sometimes 3 hours, just getting home. So it's always, managing your times is it's an issue. I mean, for everybody, but, I know firsthand, believe me. But it kind of mellowed out a little bit, but now it's been insane. And not to get into the whole details of it, but I work in a hotel. It's 713 hotel rooms, and had some kind of issue with the union where I have to go to every single room, and we have to make a repair, and then I have to inspect it every single room after the repair is done, and then walk through with the union and their self-safety consultants and all this. It's all of a nonsense, but it's a process I have to do. So I mean, I'm walking every, just walking hotel rooms all day long, and we're not allowed to sell them until that process is completed. So that's, in the hotel business and you can't rent rooms, that's a bad thing, right? And there's a million other things I got to do too, but I made that a priority because I had to, right? I mean, people talk about with the business how, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. But, I heard one coach say, if you're, you have all your plans for the night, you're busy with work, you come home, your basement's flooded because the boiler pipe broke. You're going to make the time to deal with that, right? You're going to make the time to clean up the mess. You're going to make the time to call a plumber. I mean, so your time is your time. You just have to prioritize. So I had to prioritize that. I mean, I didn't want to, it's not that I want to take away from Beachbody, but, or my own business, but that had to become a priority. And that's my job. So I get paid to do that. And the hotel will be out of business if we can't sell rooms. I worked around the clock. I stayed there. I got a room. There's plenty available. I stayed there to get it done. Now I got it in motion, the wheels turning, and things are still super busy. But during that time, I'm kicking myself in the butt because there's so many things that I had on my to-do list that I wanted to do daily, for Beachbody, and I didn't totally let it slide. I mean, it was harder, but I still managed. So is it going to take sacrifice? Yeah, but I would come home at night, or if I didn't come home at night, I mean, I still would just say, all right, let's, at least maybe I can't do everything that I wanted to do. And some of the stuff that I'm doing is just, I'm trying to explode things. So like I'm ballistic on Instagram and stuff. And you don't have to do that. I mean, that's just what I want to do. That's the pace I want to move at. So, I said, let me just, step back a minute and just, who was that? I heard say, I think Brendan Burchard in his book was, keep the main thing, the main thing. So, I'm trying to, grow my Instagram, and that's important, but I'm doing all these funny posts and things that take time. But, I didn't have time for all that fun stuff. So I just said to myself, you know what, you got to just keep the main thing, and just focus on what you need to do. So, I mean, I did, stuck to the basics. And as busy as I was, I still hit Success Club 10 in February. And working on another one, which might even get hit 12. I'm kind of delaying it to get it into next month. But, I still managed. So, I understand. And people say they're busy and they don't have time and there's challenges. And believe me, I was hit with challenge, even my workouts. To try to get to the gym after not really sleeping. I mean, and that's, to me, that is one of the main things, because I'm assuming most of you, or if not all of you, really got involved with Beachbody to begin with because they were worried about their own health, or concerned about their own health, or just in general just wanted to get in shape. And for me, it's like, I know I want to focus on the business, but that comes first. I mean, if it comes to sitting in my office and I'm hitting the gym and getting my workout done, because that's why I got started. I mean, that's what got me into it. And then doing that and posting that, how hard is it just to post a workout I'm going to do anyway, right? So it's still helping my business. And that's like the basic stuff that people see. And just doing that, I had people like, comment and reach out, and I had started conversations, and I still managed, like I said, to hit Success Club 10. So I just, again, went back to basics or stuck with the basics and made sure I got the main things done. I got my workout in, I did my posts, wasn't as much as like I would normally do, but I got the basics in, did my stories. And, it's great if you can incorporate your stories of your daily life, even when it's crazy. It's probably helpful, even just if you want to go on and talk about how busy you are, because people can relate to that. Unfortunately, the situation I was dealing with is something I couldn't advertise. So I couldn't go around saying, hey, the union is saying the hotel's a fire hazard. So I couldn't, what I was spending my entire day on, I couldn't talk about. So I was not on Instagram all day long, which, if any of you guys follow me, that's quite unusual. So I couldn't even think about, all right, what can I do or say here to just try to get something in? So I was, do my workout in the morning, and after work, maybe, on the ride home and stuff at night. But I still hit, like, again, the things that I knew were like the most. Like, I did my follows and my unfollows. When anybody that followed me, I just sent them my welcome, my intro, which is, the simplest things to do, right? You follow, unfollow. I didn't screen. I just went to Tony Horton, 100 people, or to 50 from Tony's, 50 from Sagi, or whatever, I mean? Just follow the people, and then people that follow me back, I have a saved message. It takes 2 seconds, if that, to just send that response. Yeah, when the conversation start, it takes a little longer, but that's what you want. That's why you're doing it. Mm-hmm. And just doing that, those basic things. I mean, I still made, I met new people, and I still got new customers, and it worked. And then the follow-up, it's huge. I mean, everybody says fortune's in the follow-up. I mean, it is so true. If you don't follow up, I just flagged the message for following up. Or if it's someone like a customer that I sent an email to, like, I love when people's Beachbody On Demand is renewing. I love seeing that in the coach office every morning, because boom, I send them an email, I go to my P2P text, and both are saved, a draft email. And, in the P2P text, you could save a template, and I just boom, send it out, early in the morning, put times on it so they don't get it, a text at 5 in the morning. I say what time I want it to go. And then I forget about it until the next day I follow up. And the reason when their subscriptions renew, and I send them a message saying, hey, I see your bod's renewing for $99. For a few bucks more, you can get A, B, C, D, what you guys get with a challenge pack, both nutrition programs, Shakeology, for a few bucks more. If they've been a customer for a while, it's been ignoring me, I'll say, and I'll give it to them for less. I'll even give you a $20, $30 Amazon gift card or something as a reward, or even a rebate, something to knock it down a little, make it a little more enticing if they haven't been responding. But I mean, honestly, the challenge pack right now is such an amazing deal. I think you even have to do that. But for those people that we were just talking about that have been trying for years, I'm like, I'll give you a $30 rebate for 20 bucks more. You get all this. I mean, and who's not going to do that? So it works every month. So I love seeing that. So, I know that works. I know it's easy. The templates are there. So that's just something I made sure I did after my morning workout. So, I had somewhat of my routine still in place. So, and I know, people, I think, have a habit of just overcomplicating it. And it's really not complicated. I mean, if you want to take it.
I'll just say that I like it when you incorporate your day, right? Like, hey, the sink's overflowing and Tom's got a story about that, or here's the shot of the boiler room, which no one's probably ever seen in a hotel or whatever, right? And I was thinking, like, Mark, you work in a shop, you're a car guy. Think how many, if you targeted car people, like how many car people are out there, right? I bet you see some awesome, cars, or you get to work on some unique problems. And if you, started doing stories about that and pictures about that, in addition to your fitness, right? So it's not just all fitness or all nutrition. You started incorporating some of your daily, car stuff in your stories and posts. I think that would be really interesting, and you would probably attract a great audience.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been actually recording some stuff, but I haven't posted too much. Recently, like, I was recording like a workout, and then I wanted to do something. I had organized the shop a little bit better, so it's like it was less cluttered. because there was like a lot going on, and I was trying to like put it, but actually didn't put anything yet because I spent too much time trying to edit it.
But
It was
don't,
just basically I put my camera and just had it recording, but I have to go through like 35-minute videos or like then I was
Yeah, you'd have to really speed it up to make it look, good, right?
you can get really creative, but don't let that stop you. You know what I mean? Because some of the best interactions I get is like when it's real. Like the posts where you could just speed it up and do that and put some time into. Those are really cool. You think you get great results, but I think people want to really relate with you in reality. So some of that stuff I do at work. I mean, people don't have to. I have to test the generator once a month, and I just record it and kind of laugh at how loud it is, whatever. People don't even know what it is, and ask, and then people that do, kind of can relate, and don't get like all hung up on if the shop's dirty or whatnot. I mean, just keep it real. I mean, you can do both, but just don't let that stop you. I mean, if you're working on a car and you freaking want to put a hammer through the windshield because you're pissed off about it, I think I'd enjoy that more, relate more, because that's what I would want to be doing.
like those videos I send you, like sometimes I just take it like right away, but it's like I had this van I was working on, and it was a pretty big job, and then there was this other car, so I had like basically them in the shop the whole time. So I was working on other cars, but they were kind of outside because I got tied up with an engine job that the guy wants it all customized and painted and everything, and then this Mercedes van that has like a whole bunch of parts that are like either on back order or that are really hard to get, and it's a diesel. So, and then this is like an 86 Toyota. So I kind of I don't want to keep showing it in like the pictures because I have to keep pushing them in and out because I'm still waiting on parts for them. So
Yeah, you give little updates here and there. I mean, it's only in your stories for 24 hours. When you post it on your page, it stays. But I mean, you could always.
it just
lose that
hasn't.
too.
Right.
You broke up or cut off there. What'd you say was the last thing?
I said like for the next couple weeks, like I'm gonna have like more jobs that are like different, but I've been just trying to finish these last two jobs that are like they're just I already took pictures of them. I guess you've probably seen it already in my I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll do a post and then
Are you working on like restoring any old cars? Because that would be fascinating, right? I know Chris, Tom's son, does that. Just to show, like, I mean, it probably takes you a year to restore a car, but to
at least like 6 months to like at least do well, there's this Toyota that I'm working on right now, and it's a 86, and it's in really good condition. It's like it's right here, and the guy wants to do like basically redo the whole panels under the floor. I mean, it's been undercoated, but I was painting like his cylinder head and like all these parts. I painted the alternator, and like I've just been painting stuff because he wants all of it painted, and then this I can post this stuff. I'm just saying there's this van that I pretty much had to do like redo a bunch of pulleys, and it was just like a lot of small things that was kind of taking up forever.
Yeah, I love watching those shows like Rust Valley on
Like, I had to
Netflix.
clean this all. It was like filthy. It was all
Oh, yeah.
black.
Just him walking around there reminds me of those the shows my son watches.
But yeah, I'll start posting more stuff. I just thought it would be like more interesting if it was newer things, but I guess you guys haven't seen that, so I'll do that.
I think in general, you just want to kind of do your daily, whatever, your thing is cars, but everybody's got their own thing. It just kind of just post daily life stuff, because, you're selling yourself, you want people to get to know you. Then you can get more fancy and get into, like plan stuff out, and or when you show you before and afters, maybe when you're done with the car, you get real creative with it, but don't, just the daily stuff. You just want people seeing you and starting to follow you. and getting to know you.
For sure. Yeah. I'll start doing that right away. I mean, I'll just do
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. You can go ahead, Tom. I didn't want to, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I
No,
just wanted to use that as an example, to kind of,
that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. That's cool.
Point there.
I go on my little rants, so you gotta reel me in. It's okay.
no, I wasn't reeling you in. I was
You need to
example.
feel free. No, but I mean, that's kind of what the point I wanted to make is that it's, everybody, we tend to get things overcomplicated, like as simple as what you just did right now. I mean, I would stop and look if I saw that, coming across my stories. And the more people do watch your stories, the more they're going to see. You know what I mean? So like with Greg, I follow Greg. I see his stuff every day. If I don't like it, or if I don't just keep watching it, or I can just scroll past it because I know that's Greg. I know Greg. Eventually, Instagram is going to stop showing me him, even though I'm following him, just because I'm not interested. So you want to keep people interested in what you're doing. If they watch the whole thing, if they like it, they comment. So it all adds up. It's all these little things do add up. But again, I'm kind of I want to talk about just. You don't have to overcomplicate it. So that's like real simple things you do.
Yeah,
You're doing it anyway.
And the funny stuff that you do gets a lot of likes and comments, right? So that keeps Tom showing up in their feed, so that when he does do a coach post or whatever, they'll see it. They'll definitely see it, right?
Yeah. Oh, and it works. It's been working. I mean, again, I'm just I'm putting some crazy effort into it because that's what I want to do. My son. But yeah, but you don't have to feel like you need to do that stuff. But yeah, as you go along, like I said, this past few weeks, few months, I really haven't been able to, to do as much as I want. Like even with the daily life stuff. But like I remember one week I was a little pissed off because I had a pipe broke in my irrigation system in the yard, and I had to go to Home Depot and I had to do all this, and I wanted to spend time posting and stuff. I just posted me going to Home Depot complaining about the damn irrigation system's leaking again after I just fixed it. I took pictures of the leak. I took pictures of after I fixed it. It's you can always do something. I mean, so you're busy doing what you're doing, share what you're doing. If you can. Unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't go in, the hotel and put pictures of everything, some of the stuff. I gotta maintain some privacy or whatever you want to call it, or can't advertise about. But okay, so again, I kind of stepped back to the main things. I did what I could, and I still focused on all my follow-ups, and it still worked. I mean, I may have not have built up my followers as much as I wanted, but I mean, I still did because I did my following and unfollowing. But just kept going and kept going. So yeah, we all have those issues. So don't just let that stop you or deter you. Like, keep it simple. So keep it simple, stupid. My son just so, and then I know someone else I think had mentioned in when I answered is well, Chris, you shared it with everybody already, so I don't hope you.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, yeah. No, and if you guys didn't see it, I mean, if you have like your spouse or your significant other, your family, and people that kind of, they take up your time, right? I mean, that happens to all of us.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a hard one. It is kind of a difficult one to deal with, but early on when I got started, I can't remember who it was, what call we were on, but someone was talking about with time management and balance, and he had a pretty simple idea, and that's what I tried to incorporate. And it basically, with a planner, just the way if you use a planner or an organizer, just slot times for everything. You don't have to say like, 10 o'clock, I'm going to be on a one-on-one call with Greg, because maybe you don't know, just say, just a lot of times say, from 10 to 11, I'm going to work on my Beachbody business. From 8 to 9, I'm working out. and from 7 to 8 at night is family time. Like, just slot out those times and have that conversation with your wife. You tell her, listen, I need to focus on this. It's a business, but what, coordinate schedules, like, when it may sound silly, but planning your date nights, or planning, we're just gonna sit and watch TV, or just doesn't have to be a specific thing you're gonna do, but just say, what, just from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm yours. But from 7 to 8, I have to work on my business. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but I think I found it helpful. I mean, it never worked as far as our coordinating our schedules, because she works from home too. So it's like, all right, so what I mean, if you say, if stuff comes up, but but then you're like looking at okay, so how about we do it at 10?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I wanted to add to that, if I can. Like Chris was saying, that he can only work the business when he's not with his spouse, right? So, I mean, I would say, along with what you were saying, is have that discussion with her to get her on board of why you're doing this, right? You're doing this to hopefully have a better life for yourself and financially for the both of you. And like Tom said, put together a schedule and get her to buy in on that, right? It's like, I am going to I'm going to do my workout at this time, and then I'm going to spend an hour doing my business, coaching business. Are you cool with that? Okay. And then if not, then adjust, right? Hopefully come to an agreement. But then once she buys in, then you can say, when you're doing it, you agreed to this, right? I need my alone time so that I can focus on this from this time to this time every day, or whatever days you choose to do it, right? So I think that's the key of, and I know, Tom, you mentioned that, but I just wanted to throw that in. Yeah.
No, that's exactly right.
Mhm.
I mean, it may not, I mean, if she's just, I don't know what the exact situation is. I mean, she's just opposed to the whole concept. I mean, could be a challenge, but if you can talk and let her understand, I mean, in the beginning, like, I did tell my wife I was always into the working out thing. So that, and I do that, and purposely early in the morning, whether I'm at home or get up early and go to work early. So that's like still not taking quality time away from anybody, because everybody's sleeping. So I mean, that's why I started working out in the morning. It turned out I just loved it afterwards, or I'm used to it. But that's why I would do the workouts early in the morning. Everybody's asleep. It's not taking me away from anything.
And if they are opposed, then you got to find out the real reason why, because a lot of times it could be jealousy, right? It's like you're improving yourself, but they're not improving themselves, right? So, they don't like that, right? Or they're afraid that, you're gonna, look hot and find somebody else and leave them, right? I mean, right? I mean, it kind of sounds crazy, but that's what a lot of, times happens, right? Or that's what they fear happens, right? So you just got to get to the root of it. And if you can, calm that fear in them, then they're going to be on board with supporting you.
Yeah, and what's funny is that some of those reasons that you mentioned, Greg, is actually exactly what she says. Is that she said to me, how is it that you're looking to improve yourself and doing this and this and this? And then she tries to accuse me and say, how come you're not helping me? Then I said, well, two things. One, honestly, you can only help yourself, honestly, in the end. Number two, I have given you stuff. I even gave her, now that they've segmented out the 9-week control freak stretches for the 7 to 10 minutes before bed or whatever, however long they are. And I said, do these before bed. And because I only have my bot account, I can see whether you did it or not by it saying you completed the workout. So I can hold you accountable.
Right.
She did it for like 3 days, and then she said, oh, the stretches are too hard.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be like my wife. My wife doesn't like working out. but she
Mm-hmm.
will do the diet programs with me. So start with that, right? Do like the 2B mindset or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it might even be worth it to look at like ultimate portion fix, or even the start with the 3-day refresh, because that gives you an exact diet plan to follow, right? So if your wife does the cooking, then say, okay, can we do this together? And here is the cookbook with all the recipes. So I really need, us to do this together, to go shopping,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like if you do the ultimate portion fix, or no, sorry, the ultimate reset. I know, Carrie, you've done it, right? Tom, I don't think you've done it, right?
No.
I mean, that is like, it's like 21 days, and it takes you from like whatever you're eating now to like fully vegan, and it eliminates things. But it'll give you like a meal every day. And normally it's something that you haven't eaten before, like, millet and
Mm-hmm.
like homemade sushi where you, right, Carrie? I mean, all these interesting things.
Tempeh for breakfast.
Tempeh, yes. Like, yeah, most of these
Mushroom soup.
things that I'm glad that I've tried it, because now I can say I don't like that.
Not for
But
breakfast.
yeah, I mean, literally, I bought like half the things I bought I had never tried before. And some of it's funny because I've done it like many times, 5 or 6 times, and you can lose like a lot of weight just in the 21 days just by eating. Like, they don't even want you to exercise when you're doing it, because you're literally going to spend an hour just doing your meal prep. But it's a great thing for people that aren't interested in working out, and maybe that's something you could try.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the meals, I was going to say, a lot of the meals that I did like try and discover, I'm like, I really like that. And we keep incorporating that into we've always, kept it in our rotation of what we do now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One other thing that I've been doing too is that, how, I've told, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent since we're talking about struggles and hardships. But one of the things that I've also done too is that there's a little mirror in the room that I work out in. And what I decided to start doing is start tracking for this year of 2021, how much money I make at my job and my wife's job versus how much I make at Beachbody. But instead of just listing it as, job and Beachbody, I decided to label them as mediocrity and greatness kind of thing. And just showing like the score. I mean, like obviously, so obviously I haven't made anything yet this year. So to see, 11,000 to 0, I see it like a scorecard. It's like, you're doing well in mediocrity. How about you push yourself to do more, kind of thing. So just little things like that I'm really trying to do to help myself as well there. So anyway.
Sorry.
Fine.
This kid.
Distracted. We don't see the kid. We just see you.
Yeah, he's up there with the cat. The two of them now were harassing me.
Okay.
But just, and if she gets on board with it, that's fine. If not, like I say, I'm waiting for him to leave. No, with my wife, she's still like, I don't know if you saw the post I did about, there was a joke of, I'll do anything to lose weight. And,
Yeah, I did. That was funny.
I wanted to give all the excuses.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, she's constantly wants to lose weight. Same thing. Why don't you help me? She would respond to my ads even like after, because I just gave up because we get into fights. Because I come home and say, I thought you would, why are you eating potato chips? I thought you wanted to, and we get into fights. So now even my son goes to her, she's like, oh, you don't help me. And he's like, because you start arguments with him all the time. Why would he help you? So I gave up on that aspect of it. And I'm here and I'm willing, but if it's just like anybody else, if you're not gonna, like you said it, you gotta do it. So I'm there, and you're welcome to join the party, but I'm just not gonna drag you across the fence. I'm not gonna get into fights with you over it. You know what I mean? It's like any other customer. And it's sad, but that's it. Even like, and I did the route like Greg had said that to me in the beginning too. With Amanda didn't want to work out and the 2B mindset, all that. So I even tried that, and she watched 2 videos and lost like 5 pounds, and then stopped, and then gained it back, and then said this doesn't work. It's like, you watch 2 videos, you just ate what I ate for 2 weeks and lost 5 pounds. It's just, so some people, it is what it is. But to get, and so it was always friction. Even now, like if I work out, like if I do miss my workout in the morning and I come down here, I get attitude. And it messes with my mindset. I don't enjoy it as much, but you know what? I don't care. It's something I do. I'm not like, there's a lot of worse things I could be down here doing, and believe me, right now. But it's for my health, it's for my mind. So I'm doing it. Business wise, what really kind of got, what really helped was, I think maybe in the beginning just thought something I was doing, and it's a fad, and it was going to just whatever, die down. And she still gets mad at time I spend into doing it, even though I say this is what I'm working on. But now she's better with it, she's more used to it. But what really helped, and I know it's not going to help you right now, but when she came to Beachbody Summit, to Coach Summit, and she met Greg's wife, and they seem a lot alike in some fashions. And just seeing the reality of it when you walk into that Luke Oil Stadium and see all the coaches, and you hear it, like learning that this is not a joke, that it's a real business, that made a huge difference. I mean, even like, my son will complain in the beginning and stuff like that. And then now he's like, you need to work harder. Look at her. She's only doing it for 2 years and she's just 3-star.
And remind him he's a coach.
Yeah. And he's a coach, and he a diamond.
Right.
Yeah.
It's work hard.
Yeah. So and that's not, I mean, anybody can do it. You can do it. So, I mean, from that aspect, it kind of let the reality sink in. So,
and it also helps when you start making money, right? Because then you could show this work that I'm doing is returning, something.
It's never enough.
Right. Well, I mean, the whole thing about working out, Tom, as you mentioned, is, I mean, it does so much for you. I mean, not just physically, like how you feel better physically, but just the whole mindset thing of just, okay, I emptied out my frustrations into my workout, because that's what I do when I'm frustrated by things going on at work. Or even yesterday when I was talking to my mom, my mom was just checking in, seeing how, I was doing. And she said to me, oh, by the way, I don't think you should be wearing your elevation mask while you work out. And I told her, I said, well, that's a personal choice I made for myself, because the whole thing of me, because I enjoy working out anyway, to make it, to choose something to be uncomfortable with and to say, look, this sucks. I need to choose something that sucks for me. I need to. And then it's like, if I choose that, then it's like, hey, look, if something pops up, then it's like, say, hey, this sucks. Say, okay, come what may, let's go for it. We have to do the suck, so I mean, that's why I do it. It's not because, I'm trying to be, the next mutant or anything. It's just, I'm just choosing something that I'm like, look, this sucks. So I'm making that decision. So, and it's just, but the whole benefits of that, I was just going to say, was that it's so fundamental. And the fact that, by the way, I don't know if I didn't share this with you guys, but it's now, I broke my old record of 59 days in a row. I'm now on 63 days in a row now.
Nice.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm gonna see how far I can push that. So how far I can go. The goal is 100 now. So
Nice.
Anyway, I'm done.
Great. Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, to me, it's still a hit or miss from that aspect. It's some days, on board, other days, as soon as when you have a conversation with me, as soon as I get on the computer to do something, now we want to talk.
It's like you and your cat.
Yeah. So, and I know it's hard, but just try your best, and you know,
Forget the rest.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it gets to the point. You just gotta put your foot down, just put your foot down. I mean, that's it. But I mean,
Yeah.
try getting on board. That's it. Bring it a summit when it comes around.
Oh, I will.
That was a game changer, though. That really was for me too.
Hopefully, next year, right? Not this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So,
Yeah, great. Did anybody have any other challenges that they're facing that they want to discuss?
let's see. Who's being shy and responded?
Yep.
Not saying nothing now. Heck is it? No, Connie did, but she's not on the call, obviously, right?
Mm-mm.
Well,
Yeah,
Carrie,
Connie's was consistency.
Carrie said what? Procrastinating, right?
That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I thought. And then she said something about getting loaded. Was that you? Nah, I'm kidding. You wrote something loading. I'll be loading. I'm like, what? You getting loaded? Yeah, procrastinating.
Yeah.
Yep, doing everything but sitting down and working on it.
You got to put together that schedule like Tom talked about, right?
Yeah. Get the motivation going and getting back or getting up early. And that's the thing. I mean, I've got plenty of time in the mornings. There's no reason I can't do it. I just need to quit hitting snooze. So
Mm.
Yeah.
Once you get in the habit, it gets easier.
yeah. I think the whole COVID thing too. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people just their motivation and is just at a kind of a low. So but time to get back at it.
That's true. But on the other side, the COVID has been great for stay-at-home workouts and Beachbody. So
Right. And now you get these stimulus checks. Like I said, people are out there spending money.
that's true. That's
A
true.
lot of people gained weight. Everybody's complaining they gained weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it might be a really good time to, start really promoting and getting back into it. So
Yeah, I don't know if you guys actually do your bod workouts through the app. Whenever I log on and I say, okay, I'm going to do my workout, you can actually see how many bod members are actually working out at that particular time. And so before when COVID hit, like I would see like on a normal Monday through Friday, actually Monday through Thursday, because people like to take Fridays off, but Monday through Thursday, I'd see like, 6,000, 8,000 people. And then on the weekend be like 2,000 or 3,000 or something like that. After COVID, on Saturday alone, I saw 21,000 people exercising on Saturday and
wow.
like almost 30,000 people exercising on Monday. And I'm like, whoa, it really exploded,
Yeah.
like big time.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah, you just gotta push yourself and do it. I mean, procrastination, it's tough when you just really, I don't know what your solution for Greg, but I just kind of made the decision. It's the things you kind of procrastinate with the things you really don't want to do, and I try to do that first.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way because it's always on your mind. Like the thing you like to do the least, or I gotta hate inviting. I send 5 invites. Get the 5 invites out of the way.
Yeah. It's like Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. If you
Yeah.
guys have ever read that book, right? It's called Eat That Frog, and Brian Tracy's the author. And he's like, yeah, I mean, list your to-do list and start with the one, the biggest frog, right? The one that you don't want to do, right? And then go to the next one, the next biggest one that you don't want to do, and do them in that order. Because if you spend all your time doing the stuff that you want to do, you're never going to get to the things that you have to do to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you keep like a to-do list or some
Me?
kind of checklist to carry?
Oh, I keep mine on these little blue stickies.
You, Mr. I thought you'd have a spreadsheet and like.
Not for little daily things.
I've got the BAT on my phone. I just need to, set an alarm or whatever and go through it. So,
Yeah, you know, that's funny. I find with it on the phone, when I went to doing it digitally, I was less diligent about it for some, and I'm a electronics guy, so it's kind of funny, but when I find, you know, I put together my little binder, my planner and everything, and then my workouts, I got it in here, and I'm just more apt
well, you see it then. I mean, it's
to do it.
physically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And I like crossing things off because that gives some little dopamine or something in my brain. I love actually crossing it off. You don't get to cross it off if it's digital.
It's true. Even with the workout calendar, like even though you're tracking your workouts in Bot, I still keep a workout calendar and X it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like the one that came with 9-week Control Freak because it's like erasable, right? So I can, erase it and mark it off again or whatever.
How can you get the BAT on your phone? Because I was trying to look that up the other day and I could not figure out how to get it on there.
There's a separate app that I downloaded that it's somebody created it's just the BAT. But Beachbody, if you get in the coach office, you can go
Oh, coach office. Okay.
in the coach office, they have it. And I don't know, it's kind of a little, you don't really see, I like to kind of see what day by day, like you say yesterday, I really didn't post about, you know what I mean? So you just see the day you're on.
Yeah. Oh, you only see that. Okay.
Yeah, so I just don't like it as much, but check it out. And then there's an app, which again, it looked nice and I was using it for a while, but I just found that I wasn't using it. I thought it'd be more convenient because it's right on my phone and the phone's always with me, but
Hmm.
the app doesn't open itself.
Unless you tap it. Yep.
I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't, some things you gotta do what works for you,
Hmm. Yeah,
but I'll send it to you if you want to check it out. It's a nice
for
app.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I definitely would like to do that. And and one thing I wanted to mention to Carrie as well, I don't know if you want to look into this. Do you have a music streaming thing like Spotify or Pandora or anything, or no? I would say look up this one album. It's just a talking album by Jocko Willink, the author of crud. What's the name of it?
Extreme
Ownership. Thank you.
I'm reading it.
Yeah. Yeah, Extreme Ownership. And the name of the album is called Psychological Warfare. And the very first track I actually found very fun to listen to. He's like, the very first track says, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get out of bed. And he counts all the way to 10. And then he goes, if you are out of bed, you may turn this off. If you are not out of bed, keep listening. And it's like, and he's all like, if you don't get out of bed, blah, blah, blah. And then he has more tracks of like, he even has a track on procrastination. He has a track on, getting through workouts, if that kind of thing. And they're only like 2 minutes each track or that kind of thing. Like the whole album itself is only like 35 minutes. So but it's great. And so I'd say definitely look up the album for sure. Cause he's really good. So.
Yeah, who was the author that spoke at Summit on counting backwards, like 5, 4, 3, 2? Remember her?
Yeah, it was that. She's in my motivation videos too. I forget her name.
Robin? No,
Yeah.
Robbins?
Yeah, Mel Robbins. What's the name of her book? Do you remember? But Carrie, read that.
Read that book that we don't remember.
I actually have the book and I have listened to it on audio and it's really good. And I've heard her talk right at Summit and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a fantastic book for procrastinators. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, let's wrap up. I got to go check on my window washers, and I'm sure you guys have things to do today, right?
For sure.
All right. Okay, and I will see. Like I mark at least, right, Monique? You guys came to our stock training. We'll do that again on Monday at what did we say? 7 or no? We did 5:30, right? Monday at 5:30. Yeah. Okay, so see you tomorrow, then, right? Or no? 2 days.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you guys.
Here. Bye.